What's going on, everybody? This is Dunamis. Dunamis Ball. Let me try to get logged into the computer and everything so I could see if anybody's in the chat. But yeah, if there's any sound issues, let me know. I'm gonna check on my end as well. Indiana's looking good right now. 14-point lead at halftime over the Atlanta Dream. Atlanta, I believe, is like right outside the playoff picture. So, this is definitely a winnable game for Indiana, but it's definitely a winnable game for Atlanta too. They're both winnable games. A big night. The Liberty are playing as well. Seattle is playing as well. So, and now it's the Liberty and both Seattle are both favored in those games. So, it's just one of those things where some of the top teams at the leaderboard are kind of doing what they do, or well, have a chance to do what they do, or what they've been doing. Let me log in here. If there's any sound issues, let me know. Yeah, sounds pretty good though. All right, testing. All right, we're good. We're live. Yeah, so let's I'm gonna jump into some of these the numbers. We'll look at we'll look at team stats first and then look at the individual stats, because team stats could kind of tell you like the story of the game. So right now, as you could see, who's shooting well and who's not shooting well. Kick Shins, how's it going? Let me check the chat in a second. 48% for Indiana, 35% for Atlanta. That could just tell you, it's tough to tell if that's more of a defensive thing or that's just a cold shooting night. But you could see there's a pretty good disparity there. 35% is pretty rough. Not horrendous. Let me. Wait, hold on. Yeah, appreciate you. Yeah, it's Monday fun day. That's what we got today. So as far as the 3-point shooting, let's see some of the 3-point shooting. So we have 33% for 33% for Indiana and 50% for Atlanta. Doesn't seem to be doing that much to help Atlanta, but that's okay. Free throw shooting is good on both sides, but here, this is probably what the storyteller is right there. 25-14 on the rebounding side. You always have a good shot of rebounding when you have Aaliyah Boston. Really good rebounder. Good on the offensive glass as well. I feel like her and Angel Reese are good, like young rebounders, right? Nafisa Collier, another good like rebounder. Asia Wilson, another good rebounder, right? Those people, when you have a lot of offensive rebounding, it gives you extra possessions. So you really need that, especially if you're not shooting the ball well. And for them as offensive players, it's always good to be able to rebound on the offensive glass, because some of those players outside of Asia Wilson and Collier, they might not get plays called for them as much, right? And there you go, right? 7 offensive rebounds. That's good. Assists 11 to 10. That's good either way. I mean, having Caitlin Clark on your team, somebody who's getting you about 8 assists a night, you're gonna have some assist numbers there. Shot blocking is about even, 3 to 2. Turnovers 4 to 4. That's actually really good. That's actually really good. Can't be mad at those numbers. Points in the paint. That's another big stat. And it's kind of interesting that Atlanta has never led in this game. Considering that they're shooting the three ball pretty well, they might want to go to that a little bit more. They might want to utilize that weapon a little bit more. Um, Canada, Ryan Howard, Alicia Gray, especially Alicia Gray, and Tina Charles just doing what Tina Charles has been doing. I believe she's the second all-time leading scorer in WNBA history. Shows the greatness of UConn. Shows the greatness of her career longevity, just to last as long as she has. Like, credit to her for being such a great player. Credit to her for being such a great player. All right, now let's get into the Indiana. Like, I'm always a big fan. If you ever come on these, I'm always a big fan of seeing Lexi Hall shoot some threes. She's 0 for 0 for 3, so I like to see her coming and shooting threes. Kelsey Mitchell shoot some threes. The three ball is just such a weapon, so you wanna take advantage of it as much as possible. And also Katie Lou Samuelson. So maybe like coming out in the second half, just run a couple plays for like Katie Lou Samuelson, get her loose. Threes could be a little bit of a backbreaker. Aaliyah Boston, 6 rebounds. I would like to see how many of those are offensive, but it's all good. Kelsey Mitchell, 15 points. Seems like she's been playing well lately. And Caitlin Clark has been playing really well since that break. If you were with us, if you were with the last live, we covered that game. She probably had like 20 points, 8. So she's starting to find her rhythm, and she started really, really slowly that game. So to see her just getting that consistency going is a big thing. Let me look at some other scores around the W. So, oh well, actually there's no game started yet. So we have the Liberty and Mercury. That's a good game, starting at 10, and then you have Washington and Seattle, right? Liberty first place. They lost the other night. Seattle might be in third, third or fourth. I think they're in fourth because I think it's Connecticut and Minnesota. Then Connecticut second, Minnesota third, and then Seattle fourth. Let's look at what happened yesterday because I didn't go live yesterday. All right, so yesterday, this is interesting right here. So yesterday, sorry, yesterday, yesterday Las Vegas played Chicago. Chicago trying to stay in the playoff race, at that eighth spot. They lost to Las Vegas. Las Vegas has not really been that dominant, to be honest with you. They haven't been that dominant. They won this game by 2, but it's all credit to Chicago, right? Coming into their own. But some of the numbers for Las Vegas, Asia Wilson, who I think is the WNBA Player of the Year, 20 and 18, right? 2 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks, right? I think she's MVP. I think she's the best player in the world, but that's just my opinion. Um, Chelsea Gray, just super clutch. You know what I mean? Chelsea Gray, super clutch. Almost had a triple double, 11, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. What's up? I'm gonna get to your question in a second. Um, uh, Kelsey Plum didn't shoot the three ball well, but she had 18, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. And Jackie Young, darn, I don't know what happened there. She only took 3 shots, but she played 28 minutes, so I don't know if that was it. I wouldn't say that was probably an injury. Um, Kate Martin, she didn't score, but she did play. Good to see her back from that little Achilles situation. Onyem Were, 15 points. Check this stat out. This is what I was saying about these rebounding young players, right? Last broadcast we did, um, Angel Reese had 22 boards. Hey, Sergeant. Hey, you both served in the armed services. Kick Shins was in the armed services as well. So shout out to both of you and thank you for your service. Yeah, anybody in the chat, uh, Sergeant and Kick Shins, they were both in the armed services, serving our country, protecting us, giving us that, yeah, heck yeah, giving us the freedoms that we have, well, if you're from America, yeah, definitely, yeah, heck yeah. Round of applause for y'all. Wait, let me put a clap in the let me put a clap in the chat for people for people protecting us, man. Clap. If anybody else wants to put a clap, you can clap it up. I'm gonna do an actual live clap too, for real. Shout out to y'all for everything that y'all do. Probably need more. Honestly, I'm not gonna get super political. Like that's not really my thing. Um, right here, you know, I like to show love, but that's one of the things I do vote on. Is assistance for the armed services. So I think that is super important. Not to get super political. Not that I mind if people get political, but feel free to say your own opinions. But yeah, I think it's important that we vote on that. Um, yeah, Angel Reese last night, 22 rebounds. You know what I mean? And the interesting thing, 10 offensive, 10 offensive rebounds, right? So like that's speaking to what I'm saying about these young players really rebounding the ball. And another thing, Cardozo, right? Another young player, rebounder, eight offense. Wait, no, she had 4 offensive rebounds and 12 rebounds total. So like when you have those young players that are just getting you extra possessions, that matters, especially when you're a young team trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Uh, I'll end with give me 1 second. Lindsay Allen. Yeah, I feel like she played well in the last game that was done live. But lastly, Kennedy Carter. Kennedy Carter is really coming into her own. 3 or 4 from three ball land, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. So just anybody. All right, the game has started, so let's get back into this action. Um, Melissa Smith with the turnover. Uh, Naz Hillman with the turnover. Tina Charles with the 2-pointer. Um, yeah, Tina Charles, as I was saying, like just a great career. You know what I mean? It's like something to be said about longevity. Obviously, we've seen it with LeBron. You know what I mean? Like people who just last a really long time. There's something to be done with like taking care of your body, taking care of your just taking care of your temple. You know what I mean? I'm a big Jesus guy. You know what I mean? And the body is the temple, so we got to take care of it as much as possible. And it allows you to have longevity and also having like the right people around you. Alicia Gray with the personal. Let's see if there's a shooting foul. Maybe like get Caitlin Clark to the line, get a couple easy buckets there. Yeah, we yeah, some silver bases. Yeah. I can see that. I can see what you're saying with Kennedy Carter. I mean, she was out of the league for a little bit. You know what I mean? But hopefully, like with the maturity and years of like growing up, it'll help her. She's still a young player, still a young like human. But yeah, I would definitely say Caitlin Clark with the 3 ball off the Aaliyah Boston assist. Good to see Aaliyah Boston setting up her teammates. Tina Charles with the layup. Yeah, Kennedy Carter. Yeah, she gotta try and be as much of a And anybody feel free to, go live every once in a while. Kick Shins jumps on. We have people that jump on every once in a while, so feel free to come back. Feel free to subscribe. Uh, always posting shorts. Try to post shorts every day. But yeah, I agree with you though. Yeah, I agree with you. We gotta. Maturity is a big thing. Maturity is a big thing. Like half the battle is your ability, and like the other half is how you handle yourself. So that is definitely a good point. You know what I mean? And like maybe some of it like brings like extra eyeballs, but at the end of the day, even if you're bringing eyeballs to the league, like it hurts you in the long run because you've seen a lot of those like great athletes like a Terrell Owens and Allen Iverson. Like the teams never bring them back. You know what I mean? You see like those older like players and the team will bring them back in some random role like community relations and things like that. But a team's not going to bring you back if you're a person who's kind of a little bit of a head case because they'll use you when you're usable, but when you're no longer in your prime, they'll get rid of you as soon as possible. So you both are making some good points there. Tina Charles is rolling right now. She is rolling right now, trying to get her team back in it. Lexi Hall. Let's see if Lexi Hall with the foul. Ryan Howard with the miss. Ryan Howard coming off that bronze medal with the USA 3-on-3 team. So shout out to her, the Kentucky alum. Melissa Smith with the foul. Let's see if Tina Charles is going back to the line because she seems like she's on a rampage right now. Seems like she's really trying to get this team back in it. But part of the thing is also, Tina Charles is a great player. She's more of an inside player, so like to see a little bit of that outside three ball action coming in. You gotta jump a little bit. You gotta contest a little bit better. Some of these young players gotta do a better job of contesting. Gotta get the hand in the face. Caitlin Clark with a defensive rebound. Let's see if she pulls up. I can see what you want to get a good contest every time. At least let the defender know you're there. Feel a presence. Jordan Canada with the foul. Let's see if Caitlin Clark is going to the line here. Jordan Canada, I feel like she has been playing well. The last game that I did, I feel like she did well. Good job just being a like a solid. Yeah, Caitlin Clark is at the line, 1 or 2. Nia Coffee's coming in for Naz Hellman. Tammy Fungbin Fagbenele. Um I believe that's probably Yoruba Nigerian. I imagine that's Yoruba Nigerian. I am a Yoruba Nigerian. That name looks familiar. Fangbele. Leah Boston with another rebound. Get it out to official timeout. Darn. Would like to see if Caitlin Clark would pull up from three-ball land, but that's all good. It's all good. Look at these bigs, 6'4", 6'5". Oh yeah, nah, it's true. It's true. How tall is Tina Charles? Tina Charles is probably about 6'4". Uh, Leah Boston's probably like maybe 6'2", but see who else has got some size. Fangbele, how tall is she? 6'4", 6'4". So she's about 6'4". So yeah, there's definitely some size on these teams. There's a lot, I feel like right now there's some teams drafting like some good like tall women that are that could really protect the rim, though. Yeah, protecting the rim, these teams got to do that. Make sure you get a hand up, get some block shots if you can, swat some things out of there. You know what I mean? And if possible, if you could keep it in play, if you could keep it in bounds too, so the play could continue. That's the old like Bill Russell. That Bill Russell never wanted to swat anything out of bounds, just keep it in play so you could keep it running. And he's, the best defensive player that ever lived. So he's, there's something to be said. Oh yeah, Griner, Brittany Griner. Yeah, she's about what? 6'8", maybe? Yeah, she's about like 6'8". She's like she's definitely a good rebounder. Definitely, I mean, yeah, shot blocker as well. Yeah, you were more pointing to shot blocking. Respect, yeah. Yeah, as a shot blocker. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's been that many blocks in this game, to be honest with you. I think it was like, combined like 8. Um, I can see what you're saying. Definitely want to protect that rim, especially if you have the size to do it. And that way, like if you're protecting the basket, like if guards are cheating a little bit, like if they're going for steals and they're gunning for like Caitlin Clark's just trying to get like fast breaks a little bit, it gives you a little bit more confidence to it gives you a little bit more confidence when when you have that backline protection right there. Yeah, you want to have that 5 blocks. No, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, I don't know if anybody has that many blocks in this game. Let's see. I don't think. Yeah, nobody really. Sister solid with the weight. Yeah, yeah. True, true, true. Yeah, if you got some strength too, heck yeah. You have a strong build, and you got the height, and you got like that wingspan to swat things away. Heck yeah, that's a huge weapon. That's a huge asset. Like asset. Let me not say like weapon. Not weapon in like a violent way, because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. But y'all know what I mean. Like an asset. The pace of the bigger vets is slow. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So some of these young players got to use that activity level. Yeah, I feel like Cardozo's like one of the younger ones with Chicago. Um Souza yeah, I feel like there's a few teams with some good like young bigs. Um Cardozo. Let me see. There's a few good young bigs though. Mm. Yeah, the Dallas Wings. I feel like they have a few. Yeah, Suarez. I know Suarez got some size. Stephanie Suarez, 6'6". Um, Kalani Brown, 6'7". Yeah, like that team is tall. So yeah, heck yeah, right on, right on. Aaliyah Boston with the turnover right there. But she has been look at those offensive rebounds though. Like it's hard to get upset with the turnovers when you're rebounding the ball so well. 2 offensive rebounds in the same trip. She does turn it over. She does get blocked, but darn, her offensive rebounding has been insane. Like she's like a genius with those offensive rebounds. Yeah, Angel Reese. Yeah, Yeah, I feel like as her post game starts to develop, she'll be a lot more deadly. You know what I mean? Being able to use both hands, being able to hit mid range jumpers. Like in a few more years, she could really do some things. She could really do some things. A lot of it is like maybe like natural ability, athleticism, and timing on those rebounds. But as her offensive game develops, then they could run a little bit more plays for her and things like that. You know what I mean? So let's see if they overturn the call on this one. What 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 was it? The foul? Was it the foul that they're trying to overturn? Yeah, she's definitely Angel Reese is definitely a if anybody has a game on, what was it? It was an offensive what was it? It was an offensive foul. The yeah, Angel Reese, but I think it's good for the league though. I think it's good for the league because she's putting eyeballs on it and maybe she's playing into a little bit of the, her and Caitlin Clark thing. But it's definitely it's taking the league to the next level. And usually you have like, those dichotomies. Generally like a lot of movements have those dichotomies, you know what I mean? So I think it helps. I think it helps. But yeah, she's definitely got a long way. She's definitely can get a lot better offensively. But as she starts to develop, you know what I mean? I think it'll take that team to the next level. Cause then you could just like, especially if she's getting one-on-one matchups, you know what I'm saying? Like she could really take advantage. Alicia Gray makes both of those free throws. Still a 14-point game, still a double figure game. Um, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, Atlanta scored again. I feel like they probably want to get this under double figures within like the next 2 minutes. So 2 minutes going into the fourth, you can have this game kind of in hand a little bit more. But yeah, yeah, the attitude, yeah, she does have a little bit. Yeah, she does have a little bit of a she's a little spicy sometimes, but like it's always tricky with the attitude because it's like it's tough with certain people because like certain people like when you take away their like edge, sometimes it hurts their game. Because I remember Rasheed Wallace was kind of like that, and he would get technical fouls all the time. And then once he like calmed that down, I felt like he wasn't the same player. And also like the same thing with Draymond Green. Like he's one of those people who like plays with that edge. So it's like it's always tricky. It's always tricky like how much of that you bring to the game. I feel like Caitlin Clark does that a lot too, though. Like a lot of people look at Caitlin Clark like she's like a princess, but Caitlin Clark talks a lot of trash. She talks a lot of trash and she yells at the refs a lot. You know what I mean? And that's part of her edge. You know what I mean? It's tricky with a lot of that kind of stuff. It's tricky. But I do think the WNBA has to do a better job of protecting Caitlin Clark from hard fouls though, because she's your top draw. So you gotta protect your best, you gotta protect your number one player. Oh yeah, Caitlin Clark definitely talks some trash, but I feel like off the court, she's relatively like she says the right things off the court though. Like I give her off the court, she's good, but like the one of the things I think her next level of development is to stop arguing with the refs because when you're arguing with the refs, like it doesn't allow you to get calls that you would normally get. And when you're arguing with the refs, you're losing possessions in terms of defense. You know what I mean? I feel like that's a thing that Luka Doncic like struggles with as well. Like arguing with the refs is tough. You know what I mean? Like especially if you're not like a top defender. Like certain guys are like really good defenders, so they could kind of get away with it. But I still think arguing with the refs is a bad idea. But heat of the moment, Caitlin Clark makes the technical free throw though. Seems like Caitlin Clark is like finding her rhythm though, like not forcing anything. Nia Coffee makes the second one. I wonder what happened with that. Why Fangbele probably trying to create her own offense. You know, probably not a player who's like used to like creating her own offense. Probably used to getting it off the dribble. I mean, off an assist. Who enters the game? There's probably a defense for offense situation though, right here. Dantas coming in for wait, she comes in for Boston. That's probably like the defensive switch, and then Nalissa Smith for Fangbele is the offensive switch, making sure you have like the right kind of matchups on the floor. Kelsey Mitchell with the defensive rebound. Let's see if they could get a three ball going here. They're up 17, so I mean, as long as you're getting good shots, you're good. Um, yeah, exactly. Like Caitlin Clark, yeah, she says the right things off the court. Yeah, I agree. I agree. She says the right things off the court. She's not an issue off the court. She's she handles a lot of the pressure well. Cause like I don't know if there's been an athlete before her with the kind of hype that she's had. So for her to be able to handle it in the era of social media, like a lot of props to her. You know what I mean? A lot of props to her. And she's starting to like really find her way in the WNBA. If she could string together like, maybe not this year, but down the stretch, like let's see how she can how this like Indiana team really develops. Because if they could really develop, that could be pretty sick for Indiana basketball, knowing how much of a basketball state Indiana is. Like for them to have like a player like that homegrown, well, not homegrown, but at least from the Midwest, you know, a lot of people from like Iowa and things like that could kind of grow with her. Tina Charles cuts it down to 12. Kelsey Mitchell with the turnover. Caldwell gets it down to 10. A little bit of a run right here going into the fourth. I don't know if that was a little bit of like a runner or something like that, but it's nice going into the fourth quarter. Probably want to get one shot right here. Take as much clock as possible on this possession if you're Indiana. Want to get a quality shot. Nothing super forced. Oh, Caitlin Clark with the foul. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, those Jason Kidd no looks. Yeah. Caitlin Clark. She's how many? Let me see what she's got assist wise. 5 assists in this one. Yeah, I reckon. I imagine she ends up with probably like 7 assists. 7 assists, probably around her average. Caitlin Clark with the layup. Oh, still double figures. Even though, but credit to Atlanta though, they came alive a little bit at the end of that quarter, so they made the game a little bit more interesting. They had a little bit of a, they were getting some things done there. Yeah, Jason, yeah, she definitely has that kind of potential. I like the Jason Kidd. I like the Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd. Was he was a guy who did a lot of the same things, rebounding. You know, the assists. Kind of like a triple double waiting to happen. And I feel like Caitlin Clark is she was that in college, and she's turning into that in the WNBA. She's getting about 7 boards, 8 assists, and at 6 feet for a point guard, she's got good size, kind of like Jason Kidd in the men's game. It was 6'4". So when you're a taller point guard, it allows you to see the floor better, see the game better, and allows you to be a rebounding threat. And when you're able to push the ball off your own rebounds, I feel like it could keep the defense on their heels. So you want to keep the defense backpedaling real hard. Haha, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah, yeah, try to come on here, as often as possible. Um definitely cool that we got two vets in the house. It's not every day you get multiple people who can kind of share that life experience, cuz there's a lot of things going on in our world and in our country, and just a little bit of time to decompress and just you know enjoy the little things. Can't beat that. uh y'all way too kind. God bless y'all. Definitely definitely. You just stumbled on it randomly. Yeah, I guess that's how it happens. I guess people just, I don't know. Maybe it's the thumbnails. I'm not even like a great thumbnail person though, to be honest with you. But maybe it's the thumbnails. It's probably just Caitlin Clark though. Well, yeah. I mean, I wear it sometimes. Sometimes I wear like the bucket hats. It just depends on the feel. It depends on the day. It depends on the day. Nah, appreciate y'all. Yeah, nah, definitely. Definitely positive to have a little bit of liveliness. Sometimes people don't really comment in the chat, so um, it's always cool when people come in the chat and add their perspectives because you know you both have your own perspectives on things, and then it allows for all of us to make a little bit of a blend. Haley Jones coming in. Haley Jones, the Stanford alum. I love that Stanford team where they won it. Her and Lexi Hall. Lexi Hall playing for Indiana, the Indiana Fever. Her sister Lacey Hall. That was one of my all-time favorite teams. They beat actually Aaliyah Boston and South Carolina in that national championship. They had Russell Wilson's sister, Ann Wilson, as well. She was like a defensive specialist off the bench. So yeah, that's one of my favorite teams, probably all time in women's college basketball. Tara Vanderveer, the coach, great coach, all-time legend coach. Gotta love it. Ryan Howard with the defensive rebound. Kentucky, University of Kentucky basketball. Let's see what they're gonna do. I believe they scored on this play. Yeah, I mean, I definitely would like to see them utilize the three ball. That might not be like a big part of their game, but I feel like you got to utilize the three ball nowadays because it keeps you in games. Haley Jones with the rebound off the Dantas miss. Yeah, let's see what she not playing a lot today though. Haley Jones. I feel like she hasn't been playing a lot as of late. She was probably starting at one point and then not playing as much anymore. So maybe you want to use this game to get back in her flow, show that she could play good defense, show that she can make open shots. I mean, Haley Jones is a national champion. Coming back to her high school days in the Washington D.C. area, she was the number one recruit in the country. So you know, she definitely wants to show that she could stick around in this league for multiple years to come. Smart person, you know, quality player. Aaliyah Boston, who's pretty much Haley Jones' best friend, comes back in the game. So I'm sure they're probably going to have dinner after this game and talk about it. But Atlanta probably wants to make this a little bit closer. Woo! Caitlin Clark with the three ball, just to let them know what time it is. They're probably going to talk about it after this game, but you want to keep it a little bit closer so there's not too much bragging rights here. You know what I mean? Caitlin Clark with the steal. Kelsey Mitchell with the three ball. You see what I'm saying about these three balls? When you have that three ball, it opens up the game, and they're backbreakers. Like, they were just within 9, couple of threes, and then now it feels like a more, I'm not gonna say insurmountable, but it feels like a tougher lead. Like, it's much harder to climb. You know, the three ball has really changed the game. Like, those analytics, you know, people could say what they want. Like, you know, it used to be bad. Like, it used to be like, oh man, you're shooting too many threes. Threes are bad for the game. But it's just pure math. If I hit 10 threes and you hit 10 twos, you still lose by 10. You know what I mean? So if you're able to shoot that three ball with confidence and you're able to shoot it with consistency, the way Kelsey Mitchell and the way Caitlin Clark can, even though Caitlin Clark didn't shoot it that well last game, it just makes sense to utilize the three ball because it's such a weapon. And like, it's been debunked by the Golden State Warriors that like jump shooting teams can't win titles because they've won 4 in this era. So can't say that anymore. Mm. Oh wow, you were in Vietnam. Oh, that's dope. Wow. Wow. Vietnam. Oh, my name is Kevin. My name's Kevin. Oh, okay. So you feel like Indiana's a fourth quarter team. Yeah, okay. That's an interesting point. That's an interesting point. Sides I think sides 3 tours. Wow. Nice to meet you as well. That's dope. That's excellent. That's dope. I could dig that. 3 tours. Wow. Like, you probably have some excellent stories. You know, you probably learned so much about life though. Like, going to Vietnam, just being in like all these different cultures and different world views, it probably just like changes the way you like view people and just view life, and probably like food as well. Cause like Kickshins was talking about some of the food, like in the Middle East and things like that that she enjoys. And a lot of my buddies are Middle Eastern, so you know that's a world that I've known a decent amount. Atlanta trying to get back in this one. Let's see who Haley Jones. Yeah, right on. Haley Jones trying to show what she can do. You know what I mean? She play some good defense, hit some jumpers. You know what I mean? It may not be like spectacular stats at the end of the game, but if the coach knows that he's putting you in and your plus minus and things like that are helping the team, then that's what you need. That's what you need. Play to your strengths. Caitlin Clark with the foul. Who's going to the line? Haley Jones. Okay, sides. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not like super familiar with her. She has a decent team though. She has a decent team to kind of like prove herself. Oh, Atlanta's coming back in this one. Coffee with a defensive rebound. But it's tough to come back if you're not hitting threes. But nice three by Ryan Howard though. Tina Charles with the 7-point game. It's been back and forth, run for run, run for run. Let's see what Tina Charles numbers is. 24 and 6. What year is she in the WNBA? 35, so probably like year 13. Ryan Howard has 3 threes. She might as well put them up a little bit more. Her and Alicia Gray. Caitlin Clark. This is what I'm saying about Caitlin Clark. Like, you may not really see it, but like she has 4 threes and 19 points, right? I imagine she'll end up with about 8 assists. So if she's getting 20 and 8 every night, tough to argue with those numbers. Who else is in that range? Not Nafisha Collier, but Sabali is putting up numbers similar to that. She's at like 28 assists, or maybe 28 boards, 7 assists. So those two players, just all around players. Aaliyah Boston, she's almost at a double-double. I imagine she'll get to the double-double this game, though. Yeah, I'm always... Oh, oh, shoot. Oh, I didn't even know that. So James Howard was in the... I missed... Oh, shoot. I was kind of missing some of this stuff. James Howard was in the armed... Wow, this is cool. Like, this is straight Army night, right? This is the Armed Services night, I mean. Wow, that's crazy. That's cool. Wow, this is Lexi Hall. Yeah, I'm always trying to see Lexi Hall and Katie Lou Samuelson get a couple threes going. I always feel like starter quarters, just run some plays for them. You know, run some like screens for corner pocket threes, like some like corner threes, like flare screens or something. Get them like threes open. Wow. This is the for real. This is straight military night. Y'all plan this. Yeah, definitely plan this. Hey, let me give another clap for all the military. Do a salute too. Hold on. Yeah, just so everybody knows, we got three vets in the house that serve the armed services. Wow, that's pretty darn cool. Wow, serving our country, right on, right on. I hope they got some good GI Bills that are serving y'all well, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot to serve the country. Oh, I guess Nia Coffee misses. Aaliyah Boston with another rebound. I believe she's got her double-double now. Right? Should be the double-double. There you go. 13 and 10. Just another day in the office. Kelsey Mitchell with the lay. Misses the lay. Nia Coffee with the defensive board. Oh, wow. Okay. Atlanta brings it to within 5. Caitlin Clark mixes the step back. Tina Charles with the layup. Ryan Howard, is she going to pull up for a backbreaker or what's she going to do? Honestly, I would say get a good shot into Tina Charles. Tina Charles is rolling. She's probably going to get 30 tonight. Let her cook. Let her eat. Let her eat. It's better to get good shots and play to your strengths because that's how they're getting back in this game anyway. So forget listening to what I'm saying. I'm a armchair quarterback. Caitlin Clark with the rebound. Push it if you can. If you got nothing, just pull up on them. James, what's up? What's going on? Appreciate you hopping in here. Yeah, you completed the trifecta. It's always good when there's three in the house. And you know, as I've been saying this whole broadcast, I'm big on three, so it's good to have three members of our armed services in here. I feel like if y'all were all together in real life, you'll probably have some great stories, some great like camaraderie. It's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. Oh darn! So your whole family. Oh wow! I'm sure y'all have some good stories. I'm sure y'all have some good stories. I'm sure it made a lot of you tougher, just mentally, just knowing that you could get through things, You could get through a lot of hard times. I mean, we're having some interesting times in America and the world, period. I'm just hoping people stay a little bit calm for like the next few years, for this like next generation of young kids coming up. They could probably be better people than we ever were, and maybe, you know, make this world a better place in some ways, hopefully. Dream with the offensive rebound. They did a good job getting back into this game. It's a little bit tricky because both of these teams are kind of young. So when you're both young teams, it's like finishing games is a little bit tougher because you got to kind of find your stride, kind of find how you know how to win. And you know, I'm sure they've all played in a lot of big games at the college level, especially Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. But you know, knowing how to win is kind of an art. It's kind of an art, and both of these teams are on the younger side. You know, they're both at the bottom end of the playoff pool, with Atlanta being probably just right outside. They're probably in the ninth spot or so, and Indiana being in like the seventh spot, I believe. So, they're still trying to figure out their way in this league, but still actually makes for an interesting matchup because if we, I don't want to look too far into the future. We got to enjoy the present, but it could be interesting to see how these teams develop, because definitely Indiana has been developing, as you can see. I mean, especially since after the Olympic break, Caitlin Clark has really been playing at a different level. Like, it looks easy. Haley Jones steps out of the game. Gave some solid minutes though. Gave some solid minutes. Um, Jordan Canada probably just to finish out the game. Bring your starter back in. Bring a stable player. She's gonna do the right things. She's a player that you could probably pretty much rely on for like the little things. Not super explosive scorer, super explosive player, but a player who's gonna do the little things to make sure you win games. 2 point game. Ryan Howard with the three ball. Tina Charles. Hey, run something for Tina Charles. Run a little pick and pop. Let her get like a 15-foot jumper, 12-foot jumper. You know, she's been doing that all her life. You know, coming from New York, New York, New York. Lexi Hall with a defensive rebound. Fangbale. Fangbalei's been a little bit aggressive. Aaliyah Boston doing what she does, another offensive rebound, but Fangbale has been aggressive, really trying to score. I can't be mad at you though. If you're playing D, get some buckets. You hate the missed layups? Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's all good. It's all good, Sergeant. Uh, why wasn't the last game and this game televised? They might be playing on Ion or something like that. Yeah, they probably could put it on ESPN though. I don't know if they have like I don't know what they're putting on ESPN. I don't know if they have baseball or preseason football. Um, once preseason football and college football come on, it might be a little bit tougher to get the screen time. But Kelsey Mitchell, right on time for you though. You're watching on League Pass. Okay. Oh, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, she heard you. She heard you talking. She heard you talking. Now she's hitting the free throw. She knew what you were talking about. She heard what you were talking about. Ryan Howard trying to keep this thing close. Turnover. Kelsey Mitchell. Oh, she missed it. Jordan Canada, that's why she's in. Do the little things. Settle the team down. Be a leader. You know? Credit to Atlanta though for coming back. They were down double figures. They were down like 15. So to lower the lead like this, to diminish the lead like this, to keep them in the game, credit to them. They do have a few like veteran players. So obviously Tina Charles, you know, they do have like some seasoned vets too. So that does help. And when you have one of the best players that ever did it in Tina Charles, you always got a shot in any game. Honestly, you're oh, there you go, Caitlin Clark. Lexi Hall doing a little bit of the little things. They got to run something for her though. Caitlin Clark, another steal, timely. I would say with under 2 minutes to go, just get good shots. Just get good shots. That seemed like a decent shot right there, but just get good shots. Make the defense work a little bit. Make them rotate. Yeah, just get good shots. You know what I mean? We'll see. Who's a dream? Leonard Dreams coach. Tanisha Wright. She was a player, right? She wasn't a player. Yeah, she was a player. Last played in 2009. Yeah, so she's still a younger coach. Yeah, I mean, let's see what she runs on the after timeout play. This is what I always look for in coaches. What kind of after timeout plays you got? Run a little, I don't know, some cross screens or something. Get the ball to Tina Charles for something in the mid range. If you get a layup for her, that's good. But let's see what they could run after the timeout. You want to get something decent right here because there's less than a minute and a half. So every possession really counts right now. Yeah, right. Yeah, shoot the threes and then Aaliyah Boston with the rebound. Yeah, a lot of the reactors, yeah, they usually have it shaded. Yeah, cuz uh I'm sure they're trying not to get like a copyright strike or anything like that. Yeah. Yeah, James, you could probably you could probably watch the highlights after. Yeah, they got to start. You know what? You know what though? Um Maybe with the sustained like success, they could redo some of these contracts. I do think they play on this one's on NBA TV, but let me see. I feel like they do play on the Ion network. You know what's interesting? Um there is a lady who runs a meetup. Like I don't know if you any of y'all have been on meetup.com. Every Friday she has a meetup and she shows the games. I haven't checked it out, but I think she has the games like on like a Google link. So you could just check in on link and then you could watch the game with her. Yeah, the next game is on NBA TV as well. Aaliyah Boston, they're trying to ice her. Wait, no. Her own team calls it timeout. Yeah, but she wants to hit the second one though. I mean, it's still a single digit game, but yeah, I think she probably did hit the second free throw. I mean, I'm saying just get a quick two. If you're Atlanta, get a quick two. But after this, like everything's got to be a three. I said three. Dream with the timeout. All right, they hit the three instead, so that works. Yeah, appreciate everybody for hopping on. This one's nearing the tail end, but you could definitely feel free to subscribe and come back. I try to get on live as much as possible, and I drop some shorts. I drop shorts. I try to drop shorts every day. So definitely feel free to sub. Feel free to come back. I much appreciate it. I much appreciate it. Yeah, we got to make army night every once in a while. I mean armed services night, military night every once in a while. Show love to our vets. I know that's true. I know. Seriously, you gotta have to come through the screen and fight me. Armed services night. Armed services night. Oh my bad. Oh no no no! I got it. Armed services night, military night. Before I get beat up, I'm sure all y'all know how to fight. Kick shins. You can see it in the name. And James and Sergeant. I'm sure you know how to fight too. So I need to lift a little bit more. I need to lift a little more. Watch my language. You gotta pick. You gotta pick one of the two. I guess I gotta pick one of the two. Yeah. Anybody who's just tuning in, Atlanta has just made this game a little bit closer. 3-point game. They were down by 15, and they just chipped away between Ryan Howard and Tina Charles. They just did a good job. Tina Charles got like what 28 points in this game. Yeah, 28 and 8. Caitlin Clark 19 and 7. I was saying maybe 8 assists, but she's a little bit under that. Her season's average. Leah Boston just been rebounding the ball like she normally does. Kelsey Mitchell's been hooping. Had a good game last game. Had a good game this game. So shout out to Indiana just learning how to like close out games, and Atlanta as well. Like showing grit, resilience, coming back in the game because they could have folded. They could have folded in the fourth quarter, and they pressed on. They pressed on. You know, credit to them. Fighting, staying in it. Um, just part of being going through growth. Coffee with a miss. Offensive rebound, Tina Charles misses. That's all you can ask for. Another offensive rebound. You kind of got to score or draw a foul on this one. You kind of want to score and draw a foul on this one because time is running out. Yeah, you're one big. No, no, I understand. I understand. Yeah, I understand. There's probably a little bit of smack talk between the branches, but nah, I know you're one big family. But no, that's true. Gotta call it. I gotta say military because everybody represents a different part and everybody plays their role. But yeah, I gotta be careful with the language. Language is key. Language is key. Indiana with the timeout. Oh, Coffee with the bad pass. Oh, jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. I don't know. Unless something crazy happens, it looks like Indiana's pulling this off. I mean, they want to keep position as far as the playoff race goes, and they want to show that they're getting better down the stretch. They're in the seventh spot. Uh, it's gonna be tough to catch Phoenix, but it's possible. I mean, Atlanta is like right there with Chicago. So they're 10 and 18. Chicago's 11 and 18. So this win would have definitely helped. This win would have definitely helped, but that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But can't say it's not. It ain't over till it's over though. It ain't over till the buzzer sounds. But it's gonna take a lot to win this one though. If we're being honest. Yeah, it's gonna be tough for them to catch those teams at the top. Like the teams at the top are just loaded. You know what I mean? Like Minnesota, um, Connecticut, even Seattle with uh Jewel Lloyd, um, Neko Gumike. You know what I mean? Those teams are tough. They also have Skylar Diggins Smith, right? Skylar Diggins Smith, a multi-time All Star. You know what I mean? So yeah, nothing like experience in this lifetime, though. That's what my dad always said. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Kelsey Mitchell makes them both 5-point game in 5 seconds. Yeah, I don't know. You can make a 4-point play, but I don't know how you're gonna make a 5-point play. This one might be academic at this point, but never wanna I don't know, necessarily count anybody out, but Tina Charles comes in for Ryan Howard misses it. Offensive rebound. Too little, too late. Well, Kelsey Mitchell, good game to you. Hey, I appreciate everybody for coming on. Um, Special thanks to Sergeant James Kick Shins. Y'all made it live. Y'all added the military flair, and definitely thanks to you for your service, and everybody in the chat and who's watching. Those three served our military, so thank you to them. Thank you to them for making this live, and wishing everybody the best. Feel free to sub, and God bless in Jesus' name, amen. And I'm wishing y'all all well. Till next time, till we meet again, take care.